Dennis, welcome aboard. Tell us a little bit about your background. Everyone knows you, but why don't you share things that people may not know?
Hi, Vinnie. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, so I started out life as a very reluctant, I have to say, trainee accountant working for a bullion merchant in London's Hatton Garden. My office used to overlook the bullion yard where you'd see gold and other precious metals coming and going. You know, they really do exist. And we used to set the silver price every day at 11 o'clock, along with companies that no longer exist, really, in many senses.
So you worked with the Hunt brothers. You cornered the market.
Yeah, no, not really. And it was where they taught me control accounting. It's one of the most boring things on the planet. But they also taught me how to do investigations into fraud very quickly as well. Those were the days when you had to hunt through tickets. Oh, it was a nightmare. I spent time in civil engineering. I spent time in home construction, public construction, farming, batch engineering. At one stage, I owned a foundry engineering plant. When I lived in France, I owned a small microbrewery because beer's been a passion for almost my entire life. And eventually ended up in as a partner in a firm of chartered accountants over here in the UK, where I put my hand up to do the technology stuff. And the very first machine that I bought was an Apple luggable. Not an Apple, what was it? Apricot luggable. On the false premise that technology had reached its apex and had moved too quickly, and that was it. It was game over, right? And I was comparing that with a previous business that I'd been in, where we ran System 36 and all that stuff. So anyway, that was kind of like that. Retired at the grand old age of 40, and with nothing better to do, embarked on a career in media and consulting and analysis, and looking at this whole enterprise game. In 1993, came across this little company called SAP, and it kind of went from there.
Well,
8 years ago, I co-founded Diginomica with a bunch of buddies that I'd known for a long time, and surprise, surprise, we're still together that many years on. So there you go.